Hello everyone, welcome to Mary's little house. It's so nice to have you back. Peanut's here on my lap, already asleep before I start talking. He welcomes you too. Mary goes someplace around and Angel's already went to bed. I'm so grateful that you're here. Jesus says, if you wish to follow me, you must take up your cross daily and follow me. And he's also said, deny your very self. Let me go it again. Jesus said, if you wish to follow me, you must deny your very self, take up your cross, and follow me. Well, we just began Lent yesterday on Ash Wednesday. The ashes are probably already, like me, already washed off. And we're on our second day of this journey, this Lenten journey to the glorious celebration of Easter. I just want to talk about this, what Jesus wants of us, to deny our very selves. When we say that, it might make us sad or that we're diminishing ourselves, deny ourselves, but that's not true. In another place, Jesus says, those who keep their life lose it. Those who lose their life find it. What he's saying is that we're denying that self that is self-centered, self-serving, self-absorbed. He's saying to lose it in love by taking up the cross. The cross is love. Remember, he took up the cross out of love to ultimately make his sacrifice of love. So when we deny ourselves, we are doing it out of love. Yes, there's two prongs to the penance. One is denying ourselves things we really don't need during Lent, and the other one is to do positive things for others, works of charity, works of love. The second thing is, what does a cross look like? Well, when Saint, and she wasn't a saint, and she's not a saint yet, but she will be, the third seer of Fatima, Lucy, who grew up and lived to a ripe old age, just to promote the Fatima message. They asked her, when Mary asked for penance, 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 what did she mean? And Lucy answered, she meant doing our daily duty. Now, when we deny ourselves, we forget about our own comfort, our own convenience, and we deny ourselves to go out to others. Doing our daily duty, we're denying ourselves, just to sit around or goof off. I don't think you do that. But we're denying our own comfort to serve someone else. But penance, the shape of our cross that we take up, is in the form of God's will for us. And what's God's will for us is our daily duty. So during Lent, we're doing our daily duty that we did before Lent and after Lent, but doing it with even greater love, with greater love for God, knowing explicitly that what we're doing is serving God and giving Him glory. We're doing it with greater love for others, especially our family that we have a great responsibility to, and the great joy of serving. Our others, especially those who are poor and unloved, those are the ones Jesus identifies with. When you do it, he said at the end of at our judgment, when he comes to judge the living and the dead, when you do it to the least of my brothers and sisters, you do it to me. So doing our daily duty is a service of love. Doing our daily duty is denying ourselves the comforts that we would have if we didn't do our daily duty, or if we did it in a cutting corners way, in a way that is not excellent and beautiful and energetic. So doing our daily duty is the soul of it, the impetus, what makes it tick, what gives it meaning is love. Love of God and love of neighbor. And that is the best penance. That's the way of the cross for most of us. Now there are those who are called to do greater penances. That's a special grace and carefully monitored by a spiritual director. Most of us are not called to do that. For those who are, it's beautiful and wonderful, and always under the obedient and careful and prudent direction of a spiritual director, of a wise and knowledgeable spiritual mentor. So this second day of Lent, when the church calls us to those three things, prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. Well, prayer, to have more time with the Lord, or if we don't have more time, the time we have with the Lord, to do it with greater fervor. Hopefully many of you can attend daily Mass or sometime during the week as well as Sunday. Fasting. Fasting is that denying ourselves, denying our very selves, taking up our cross and following Jesus. Fasting from things that we don't need, that are really not helping us. So even good things that are helping us but will not hurt us if we give them up. I think of TV, I just think it's taken over our lives and shaping and forming us according to the gospel of the world, even almost subliminally, not even realizing that that it's shaping us. It's such a powerful medium. I wanted the TV to use powerful medium to use to spread the gospel too. So I see good in it, and we have to use it like that too. But our greatest penance, and this is the fasting part, our greatest fasting is doing the will of God, carrying the cross, which is shaped, which is the will of God for us, which is our daily duty, doing it with love, doing it with great generosity, doing it with all our hearts, not just sort of biding our time, not grumbling and all those things. Of course not. When you're in love, there's no time for grumbling. You just want to please the beloved. You want to please God the Father. You want to please Jesus, whom you're serving. You want to please others whom you love so much, your family and friends, especially those who feel so unloved and left out. You want to bring them in. And then as we're following Jesus, we're on our way, and He will provide along the way, not a big load like we said, a big backpack, but just what we need in each moment to live this Lent as we've never lived a Lent before, with new love and new time with the Lord, and fervent prayer and great care to please the Father in our fulfilling His will in our daily duties, and to please those we love, forgetting ourselves, denying our very selves, and giving ourselves in self-sacrificing love, in being conformed to the suffering of Jesus, to the passion and death of Jesus, dying, literally giving ourselves, no matter what the cost, in love for others, for the God's glory, for the love of the church, for the love of our families, for the love of all mankind. God bless you, dear people. Have a wonderful Lent. Let us help each other, deny our very selves daily, take up our cross, and follow Jesus during this Lenten journey 2011.